Coach, you just came out of a very, very convincing win against Fano FC. Before we go into anything else, let's get your thoughts on the game and your take on how your team performed and how the game was as a whole.
Yeah, no, it was a good game, challenging because we on the league we come back from the 2 losses and a draw, so we needed to come up and show character. So the boys came and they proved themselves. So hopefully it's a good start going forward.
A good start going forward indeed. I want us to talk about the league actually. But before we do, prior to the Easter break, you were in the Super Cup tournament. You went all the way to the final. You scored in the first half. You held them beyond the 90-minute mark. Into injury time is when they equalized. And ultimately the game went to penalties where you came out second. What was your take on the tournament as a whole? And then we just want to zoom into the final as well.
Yeah, no, the tournament, I think it was competitive. You wouldn't say these are the guys that are playing in the league. So it's like all of us wanted it the most because if you checked, we pushed each other. 2 games, I think, or 3 games went to penalties. That's how tight it was. And yeah, on the final, it was one of those days. We got a red when we thought we are trying to balance the game because in the middle they were very, very, very convincing. They were very, very strong, and yeah, we needed to come up with a plan. So unfortunately, the guy that we brought in the middle to go and neutralize, he made 2 fouls. He got 2 yellows, and now we had to make an amendment on our approach. So we sat back and we allowed our to hit them on the counter, and yeah, man, everything was fine. We went over 90. Unfortunately, on that ref's optional time, we conceded the equalizer. But yeah, I think we take it and it built more of our character. That's why we came now looking different now. It's just there and there. We need to focus more. We are not supposed to concede today. And unfortunately, there is too much that happens when the boys get excited. When things go our way, that's when people now start to give up at the back. So yeah, we gave away 2 goals now, but we can always take it. The cup final, it was proper. Yeah, the cup on its own, I believe the league can go and sell it to other leagues. It was well organized and very competitive.
Very competitive indeed. I mean, the tension from outside the field, you could sense it as we kept approaching the 90th minute with Pretoria defense leading, Shining Stars trying everything, but your defense was resolute. Your goalkeeper was making brilliant saves right up until the end. How heartbreaking is it for you as a coach and your players in the field and on the bench to concede at that late stage in a game?
Yeah, it was very painful. But sometimes as a leader, you must now take away your pain and try to make everyone cope with their pain. So it was like when I felt it the way the supporters ran onto the field when they equalized. It made me realize how big that was for Shining Stars, how big that was for the tournament. So it was the biggest turning point. But then we don't drown when it comes to that situation because I must still now pick everyone up. I know it took me a while. Even like when I got home, it was still painful because we could have held into a ball when we had it on our side, but then we made a shot. The keeper saved, and he played it, and they attacked us. But we can only learn from this side. Emotionally, we must also learn to control ourselves when the chips are down. So I think we handled it well. It was a big game. That was
a big game indeed. Yeah.
It was a big final.
Now looking back to the league, right? You started this season very well. You were beating everyone left, right, and center. And then at some point, as we approached the Easter time, there was a bit of a dip. You spoke about the 2 games where you didn't win. What happened during that time, and what's your plan now as we go towards the end of the season?
Yeah, in football, like we don't have contracts, unfortunately. Like we don't pay players. So if we register 40, and only 16 can play on the day, then it's difficult to maintain everyone. And these guys are working. You have your VIP protectors here in our team. Other guys are working. So it's difficult to maintain the same team or to maintain maybe to be consistent regularly. So some of the gents goes, some of the gents gets injured, some of the gents they say they are going to work, and you can't do anything about that. And I think it should the gents sleep more, we could have got something in the game, because I remember the game that we lost. It was us, we had 13 players. We got an injury first half, but we could have still survived with the 12. But if you check, if our boys can sleep more, then it can be easy. It doesn't matter which positions are missing. It should be easy for people to be rotated around. And but yeah, if our boys can sleep more.
So you think there's a lot of fatigue that is playing a factor and not enough rest?
Yeah, and it's not only football related. People want to push their social life. If we're paying people, we will just put them in one place and say rest. But you can't do that. Some of the factors come. The social factor comes into football to say we can only do much and say we're keeping them away from drugs and all those things. But when it comes to partying and going, we can't help it with that. We don't sleep where they are sleeping.
True.
Unfortunately, we don't have a clubhouse and all those things. But
there's
I think
only
the
so
social
much.
factor, it happens everywhere. Even in PSL, we have your players that are kicked sideline because of they overdid when it comes to their social life. So hopefully for all the teams, we should, like, it should be something that we can all try to maintain. All the boys, if they're going to listen to this, they can just maintain it, to say, gents, we can only do this much and put you away from all those bad things, but you must still rest
And do your part as well.
A season is like 8 or 7 months. You just commit yourself, then you can still go and party after and do, because football, unfortunately, it will require your body to be 100, so that if the game pushes you over, you are able to handle it.
All right, Coach, thank you very much for your time, and we wish you all the best as we run into the end of the season. It's been a very competitive season, and we hope it will get even more intense as we get to the end. All the best, Coach.
No, thank you.